It's obvious traffic in the Lowcountry is getting worse. The common lament of a growing landscape is that there isn't enough infrastructure, meaning roads. The solution usually is to build new roads, but there is a growing fight to stop the 526 expansion. In a way, here to share their take on the proposed project is Ryan Nelson, Tidal Walk resident, and Lee Lazarus, who lives in Grassy Creek and part of the Protect Long Point Area Corridor expansion. Thank you both for joining us. And I hope I didn't put any misnomers out there, because you're not technically against the expansion of 526. It's just how SCDOT is going about it. So let me send this off to you first, Ryan.
That's a great question, because yes, we are not against the port. The port is what makes us right now. It brings so many jobs to Charleston, and it helps us. But where we live, which yes, we know we live off 526 and Long Point Road in the Mount Pleasant area, we didn't expect for them to end up flying over, putting a big flyover right at the top of our homes and demolishing some of these houses.
Typically with these projects, though, the SCDOT, they take on the community input, ideas, various visions of what this project will ultimately look like. Have they given either anybody, I'll send this over to you, Lee, have you had an opportunity to put in your 2 cents?
We have, but we don't feel as the joint communities that there's been enough time. The original project was calling for much more time in between, and after the second meeting, it was fast-tracked, and we had a 30-day period to rally everyone, so to speak, in the various neighborhoods to get commenting in. And we're asking now to have more time, extend the time, give us the opportunity, because it has been fast-tracked, and we haven't had the opportunity we feel is necessary to do what we need to do.
Why do you think it's been fast-tracked? Because these things, they do take time.
Last year in the winter, they did something about the 526 expansion in North Charleston and at another place, and we went in the winter time. It was pretty quiet. All of those allegedly were scrapped. So when they showed us these new ones on August 2nd, everything was brand new. There were six options, but only 2 were favorable by SCDOT.
Oh.
Right.
And it sounds like it's going to really change the landscape. Can you give us an idea of how it's going to look with the proposed plan that they're wanting to push forward?
Outside of the physical nature of it, it's literally going to put, hard to say exactly how long because the details are not fleshed out, but a long concrete overpass flyover right on top of the neighborhoods, which is going to cause them to move the access road over where we all come to our neighborhoods jointly. And in the process, it's going to take out at least 2 homes. The residents of those homes have not officially been notified by DOT. The only reason they even knew was because I went by after the meeting and let them know.
Don't they have to offer them a fair price for their home in order to do this?
And some of these people, though, are just buying these houses.
Right, exactly. So they're just buying these houses, and then they're going to be expected to leave within the next how many months? Because from what I understand is that SCDOT says that they're going to take another 6 months to look at some of these ideas. Has this been...
This has not been relayed to us at all yet.
It is not.
No.
We were told that the commenting period ended September 1st. That was literally a 30-day period for the most part, and then they were going to make their finalized decisions in December. This is being fast-tracked. The port most likely is pushing it. We're not against the port. The port is what pays everybody's bills in Charleston, but the port is getting more power than the residents at this point to make their voices heard.
Yeah, you want to live in harmony here. Yeah.
These are 1,300 plus homes, not including businesses, apartments. Where that Chick-fil-A area is, they want to shut down Bell Hall Parkway. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's where the Waffle House is. And that actually takes you to schools, PCA, Bell Hall Elementary, and you go past the fire station. Yeah. The second street, named Bell Point Drive, which where the Chick-fil-A is now, was originally built for the fire department as an emergency exit.
Which there's one right there. Yeah, exactly. Right. So how do you...
So what happens when they close the left turn from 526 or Long Point Road, how is that going to work?
That's my question. I'll have to ask them. Yeah.
Because the Bell Hall area, that goes to how many homes? Like I said, what, 1,300?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. And it sounds like they've given you very little time to put some last minute input into the whole situation, but it almost sounds like their minds are fixed on just one way that they want to do it. Also, when we talk about how people can get involved, a lot of this is virtual, and a lot of this is, not everybody knows how to use a computer, not everybody knows how to do email and all those things. So what would be a remedy that SCDOT can hear your voice?
Time.
So time and how about accessibility?
It would be my request, which I've expressed to them directly also, is that the commenting period be extended, which I know they have the power to do.
Okay.
Even just 30 days would make a huge difference. And I think one thing we haven't discussed is the impact of this just from a noise standpoint.
Oof.
This is not about not in my backyard.
Right.
No one should have this in their backyard. In our case, it would be our front yard for these neighborhoods. But they've done no noise pack. They basically are deciding what they want to do, and then they do these things in arrears, which is really a backwards way of doing things,
Okay. Well,
impact-wise.
I think it leaves us with still many more questions, but a lot of these I'm going to ask SCDOT and find out from them, and then hopefully we can have a solution to this issue. I want to thank you both so much for joining
Thank you
us
for
today
having
and
me.
sharing with us. We're back after this.